All right, everyone, we are back with Pixels for People, and we are here raising money for Child's Play. And I have Saria back, ready for his second game, Maki Paw of Fury. Any percent, right? With Maki any percent.
Maki
All
any
right,
percent.
I'm gonna hand it right over to you. So take it away.
Thank you so much once again. You're doing amazing, Ninja. Everybody here is doing amazing. Welcome back. Everybody, I'm Saria, back again with another game, kind of different, but also not really. Maki Paw of Fury, or Maki Paw of Fury, if you will. We have got a pretty simple beat 'em up here. It's on the longer side, but it's got a lot of wonderful art and music, and I'm gonna get right into it, honestly. There's a lot to see, and we're gonna see it in 3, 2, 1, go. Whoops. There we go, that's fine. So we're gonna skip a cutscene right off the bat that wouldn't really tell you much anyway, and then we're gonna get going. So, right off the bat, I am kind of bypassing the regular combo. I just got swiped in the face immediately, that's fine. I'm bypassing the regular combo system, because you have regular hits and special attacks. I'm using the first 3 hits of my regular combo into the first hit of my special combo, and that is a way to take people out a lot faster. Because you can instead of knocking people back or knocking people down with your regular combos, it just allows for kind of infinite combos. And people are just kind of walking into me. I just slapped that guy into the sky with a fish. Don't worry about it. A giant tuna, as you might call it, because that's exactly what it is. This is what I supposed to be a kind of entry-level beat 'em up, a beat 'em up for children, that sort of thing. And you can kind of see the wholesome aspect of the fact that most of the characters that you defeat crawl off the stage. They don't just like disappear, so you wonder if they're like dead and stuff. They crawl off, and they're like, they explicitly live to fight another day, or not fight another day. It's up to them. That's not true for the entire... That guy is just staying off the screen. This game, like, I played this last month for a marathon called Big Bad Game-a-thon. It's probably one of the better games that was in the event, but this game has gotten done dirty by a lot of reviews. It's gotten really panned critically. I think it's still kind of a lovely game, and it's just fun to play. It's fun to speedrun as well, to try to maximize and optimize. But I think a lot of people had issues with the simplicity of it, the sheer simplicity, and the fact that it is kind of the same thing over and over and over, and the easiness. So you gain extra lives really fast. There's basically no danger ever of running out of lives. Even if you die, it's kind of a standard beat 'em up in that if you die, you just spawn right back where you are, and I'm likely going to complete this game deathless, like no miss. I'm probably not even going to take a single death. So I'm about to use my first special move here. It's a screen-wide instant kill attack. That's one of the reasons why Maki is the fastest character to use here in this game. He moves quickly, he hits hard, and he has that screen-wide insta-kill on his special. Or his super. And now we've got the first mini-game here. So people do say that the gameplay is very repetitive, but that's one of the reasons why this is kind of nice. They have these little mini games that are short. All of them are different per stage. We're still in the first stage here. All the stages are quite long, but almost all of them are broken up by these little mini games. Right now, we are just flapping around and trying to avoid the bees, not the bees. They might not even actually be bees. They're probably a specific type of flying bug type thing. A bug type Pokemon. That's probably what they are, because surely they were able to get the rights to Pokemon. Anyway, this is what happens whenever I am left to talk for this long. I start saying very random things. I hope you're all enjoying this marathon so far, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of the Saria block, because there's going to be a whole lot of this, because a lot of what's happening is going to be the same thing, and I'm just going to be doing straight stream of consciousness mode, baby! Let's go! Maki Paw of Fury. So very basic minigames as well. Just trying to avoid all the damage. And yeah, a lot of playing this game quickly involves like basic tenets of beat 'em up gameplay. Okay, I thought I glitched for a second, but we're... Oh, wait, I should have grabbed the super meter. There are lots of healing items in this game, both for your super meter and for your health. And especially in this first stage, they're all over the place. And I absolutely should have grabbed that... I should have broken that little shrine that holds those items, so I could have refilled my super, so I could have done this wave faster. But I just sort of ran fast and past it, because speedrunning, go fast. It turns out when you try to go too fast sometimes, it makes you go slower, because life is full of wonder and nuance. So do I have one right here that I can break? Of course not. But I do have my super available right now, because the super meter does gradually fill up even when you don't grab the super filling item, whenever you do a lot of damage and you KO people. So I'm also going to try and dance around, try and not let myself get surrounded on both flanks as often as I can. And also you have this move, which can make you invincible and just slap people around and get them away from you in a pinch. The split kick, the breaker attack, that's going to be very useful toward the end of the game. But it's all, oh my gosh, and in showing it off, I've kind of gotten myself in a weird situation here. Thankfully, there are going to be some healing items coming up. So like, even though I'm low on health here, I should be okay. Only a few people here, so I'm going to save my super attack. Okay, bye. Yeah, sometimes the enemies just aren't interested in fighting at all. It's amazing. But I think they might have actually patched the game a little bit. Yeah, I know the scared face that he makes. This game is absolutely adorable, and the characters are adorable. And whenever they're in pain and stuff, it feels so bad. But again, at least that makes it nice that like they're getting away and stuff, so you don't have to worry about them. Now we've got this section of this stage where we're fighting Dark Foxes, Akami. And I didn't even know they could attack yet. He threw a spoon at me. You can despawn them. This game, like, again, this game is not perfect, and a lot of weird stuff can happen. I have never seen them attack before. That's never happened before. You can despawn them by running too far and getting them off the left side of the screen. I've actually had to fight a lot more than usual here because I was unable to despawn them, but that's okay. Now we're finally to the end boss of stage 1, Mapu, who used to be our friend, but now he's wearing goggles and is all too cool for us and stuff. We're trying to save our friend Kami, who is now hanging from the tree, because that is something that happens whenever you have been kidnapped. See? Commentary! Anyway, this is actually the hardest boss fight in the game for me, because there's a lot of stuff that's going to be falling from the sky as soon as he's at half health, and also regular enemies are coming at me, and he has a portal attack. Oh gosh. There's so much you have to do, like you have to watch out for at the same time. I just got slapped away. Yeah, now we've got the falling items from the sky. And these are, sometimes they're just impossible to dodge, and they have absolutely gigantic hitboxes. So this is where it's one of the parts of this run where I'm most likely to lose the no-miss, or I'm likely to lose the deathless run. Yeah, because that went right where I was going, and there was nothing I could do. So I'm very low on health here. The enemies are all over the place as well, and also I have no idea where Mapu's gonna be. There he is. Okay. Ow, 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 and yeah, this is probably gonna die me. This is gonna die me! This is gonna die me! Where is he? Where is he? Ah! I got him! We are still deathless so far, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go through at least one wave in the next stage where I'm at this low of a health. I need to make sure I don't take any damage here if I want to keep the no-miss alive. Your health stays the same in between stages. Maki's voice is really cute. Can't do anything. There are some little cutscenes throughout the game, but there was like basically only 2 cutscenes throughout this game where there is dialogue, and one of those was the one that I skipped, and it doesn't explain anything anyway, so don't worry, you're not really missing much lore because the game doesn't give you that much. But yeah, we have to save Kami. Okay, I'm going to use this. Try and be as safe as possible. So these Isabellas, you have to try and stay ahead of them at all times, because please give me the health, please give me the health. Yay! We're fine for now. You see the Isabellas, whenever you take out enough of their health, they just burrow into the ground like that. And so whenever they're on the screen, I try to prioritize them like first. So I'm gonna do that now. Except that's gonna get me surrounded! like, there are times when I don't prioritize them first because that happens. But generally, you want to get them into their burrowing phase as soon as possible because you have to wait for the burrowing phase for them to be hittable again. So there's a lot of little nuance to this game and playing it quickly. The world record for any percent Maki is currently sitting at 45 minutes. And there are going to be a lot of little nuanced things that I'm missing throughout this run that are going to cost me minutes. So this is also another game that I highly recommend people to pick up. This is a very basic run. This is a good entry-level run. It's a fun little easy game to just play through casually as well. So if you're looking for a game to just sort of get into speedrunning with, or just a very simple thing to pick up, just get on the... You were just moonwalking the entire time, weren't you? You were so swaggy. We got these new enemies who are these awesome pink things that are carrying bees around. I love all the characters in this game. They're so amazing. But yes, I highly encourage people to try speedruns of this game. Very simple. And the world record is definitely not infallible in all of the categories. I have 3 categories, any percent with all the characters, all the different characters. Maki, Tinsho, and Maka. Maki's the fastest, as I said before. Tinsho's the second fastest, even though he's the tank character and it moves slowly. What gets this game to go quickly is taking out enemies as soon as possible. So you need to be dealing damage to be playing this game quickly. And Maka is just not good at doing that. She has some ranged attacks, but she just can't deal damage very quickly. Okay, that was an interesting wave. So this is a good wave to save my super attack for. That's a good example of why I'm not using my super attacks right away, even though all waves would be made faster by me using it and just clearing it out immediately. I'm trying to do some timing here. Like, this would be a decent wave for the super attack as well, but again, like the Isabellas, you can't take them out in one hit anyway. It's like, no one-hit attack is a one-hit attack against the Isabellas. Those two Pankakes are just having a good night at the beach. That's another reason why I kind of like the visual choices in this game. They, like, most beach levels are the common, like, beach of the daytime. They decided to go a little bit different here, and they have a beach of the nighttime, which is kind of a neat little vibe. I am so surrounded right now. They're doing a great job. So this is more surrounded than I am usually consistently in any of my playthroughs. So the AI is doing a really good job so far, but I still haven't taken a single death. So we're doing just fine. But yeah, I can leave it out for some announcements if you want to make any announcements here.
Of course, always up for some announcements. All right, so we have Shadowverse later on. Let's see, probably around 8:30 EST time, and they have a poll going for it where it is champions battle, male versus female, and right now female is still ahead by $50, and there's plenty of other incentives and incentives and targets polls that you can be putting that money for. Make sure that you are picking that whenever you go in to do your donations, and make sure you get those donations in, you guys. This Pixels for People is doing this charity for Child's Play. Child's Play is the most amazing fundraiser and charity that they help deliver games and technology directly to pediatric hospital for children and teenagers, helping them get through their days and get through their procedures with relaxed minds and being able to feel like a kid and not somebody who's just stuck in a hospital room all the time. So make sure you are sending in those donations, and I'm going to hand it right back over to you.
Thank you so much. Yes, this is an amazing cause. It's always such a pleasure and an honor to be able to contribute to this so far in the years since I've known that this exists. It's so noble, and thank you all so much for the contributions you've already made, and thank you again for getting that 100% hard mode met in Super Dodgeball Brawlers. That was an absolute blast. And meanwhile, we were riding a giant armadillo. Don't worry about that, everything's fine. And the one thing about that is that it's kind of luck-based whether or not you end up with a full super meter after that, because whenever you're trying to roll over those spiked, those spikes, it's very random what appears and when during that sequence. It's completely random whether or not there are statues you have to avoid, how many pankakes appear that you can roll over and refill your special meter. And it's random how many of those spike things appear and when and in what order. So I have a full super meter now. That's not too bad. Okay, and by the way, speaking of the giant armadillos, they are a stage hazard now. So they can hit me, but they can also, as you saw, they just ran over a bunch of the people I was fighting. That's always very funny and very nice. So thank you, giant armadillo, armored armadillo. Yeah, shoutouts to Mega Man. I don't know what I want to see more with the Mega Man X4 incentive, because we all know how freaking classic, what am I fighting for? Is, and just the general dub. It deserves its infamy in all of its love. But I don't get to hear the Japanese dub that often, and I feel like they did an amazing job with that, and I could go either way, and it's gonna be so awesome to watch. I freaking love the Mega Man X series. Zero is one of my favorite fictional characters, so gotta love it. But we are heading toward the end of stage 2 here. I'm going to definitely want to have a full full super meter at the end of this, because I want to use it for the boss. Yeah, again, like that pankake doesn't care at all that I'm just destroying him. It's fine. They're just such nice guys. And yes, I pronounce it pankake because that's how it's spelled, and it feels vaguely explicit to say it that way, but we'll just move on. Yep, just more. One thing that I'm doing here in a marathon run that I don't during world record attempts is to really try to move around people to try to avoid hits as much as possible. Whenever I'm doing world record attempts and just trying to go for pure speed, I don't really care as much. I just try to face tank things and I go straight in. So I am going to use that was actually a bad time to use the super. So hopefully I am going to have it full for the boss fight. I was a little bit zealous there. It's like, yeah, speaking of going for speed, let's just try to take everybody out at the same time. Speaking of going for speed, can you please be in a place where I can hit you, sir? Oh, no. Oh, I misplayed. I don't have my super. Okay, so is it... I don't think this is... We've got lefty and righty, which are... like Tinsho, one of the playable characters, basically looks exactly like that. So I like to think that these are his siblings. And like Tinsho, the character that we can use, I wonder if his real name is like Ambi. And he's like their long-lost brother. But anyway, from here on, all the bosses can be completely trivialized. So we just have to knock them down and then wait for them to get back up, and rinse and repeat. And if I had actually had a full super meter here, this would go way, way, way faster. I made a big mistake in using my super attack when I did, so I lost about like 20 or 30 seconds here by just being a fool. And I don't know why. I think there's a visual glitch happening with the health bar on the bottom. I think righty is still taking a ton of damage. Yes, okay, so that his health bar is actually showing the true amount now. So the game has an issue of like showing both of their true health at the same time. That's fine, as long as his health was actually going down. And oh, of course, the game fills up my super meter right at... Oh wait! I pressed the wrong button. I just used my super attack during the fade out. And so now I'm gonna have no super meter at the beginning of this stage, because I'm a dum-dum, but also that's kind of funny. That's a soft lock. Okay, let's just exit really quick and then resume. I've never seen that one before. Okay, hopefully that doesn't happen again. I've never seen that soft lock before, so that can be a problem with this game. Lots of people have reported different types of soft locks. There we go, that's better. This is actually the... Oh, and my super meter is full now! That... Oh, I wonder if that's what happened. I wonder... Okay, that has to be what happened. So, I think why that soft lock happened was whenever you use your super attack, it changes the camera state. And I think I confused the game so hard by using my super attack during fade out that it stored the camera movement to the beginning of this stage, and that was not supposed to happen, so the game just didn't know what to do, and it just locked the camera in a place where nothing, like, I could no longer progress the game. So that was fun. But yes, this is the toughest stage in the game, I think, because now we've got these cute penguins. Don't let their cute and unassuming looks fool you. They hit like trucks. Okay, goodbye, Pankake. It's not like I need to hit you to progress the stage. Oh wait, I do. We also have these new enemies, these gophers that have guns and can shoot you. So that doesn't deal a ton of damage, which is funny. But it is very annoying. And I also, just like the Isabellas, I'm going to try to prioritize them and take them out as soon as they pop out of the ground so that I'm not just having my combos interrupted left and right and just taking a ton of chip damage. Okay, that could also be a soft lock, but we didn't soft lock there. Very nice. We've got a full super meter again, so we've got massive waves of enemies starting to appear. Okay, that was a very early appearance. I'm just going to take care of him now. Yeah, if I have to really be careful in this stage if I want to keep the no-miss alive, because these penguins can just eviscerate me in seconds. This is like the one stage where the game's difficulty really ramps up. Okay, they're all taking weird movements. There is also, like, the biggest wave in the entire game is in this stage, and you're gonna know it when you see it. So I'm going to make sure I save my super for then, but it's not coming up for a while. It's in a lighter sunlight part of the stage. All the stages are very long, but it's just enjoyable. Just like another game I love to run, Downtown Special, Kunio-kun's historical period drama. I just love the sensation of whapping people over and over with basic moves. It's just satisfying to me. Hello, Dark Fox. Yes, thank you for that. Oh wait, you take more than one hit. Yes, my bad. Oh, look at him go! Rolling around at the speed of sound. Okay, goodbye. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, ow! Okay, so that is how hard they hit. Look at how much health that took. Like almost that was like a quarter of my health. So if I get hit by these guys 4 times, if they surround me just right and they time things badly enough, I'm dead. Oh, okay. Let's do this here. I think that's not too bad of a time to use it. So yeah, one of the main things about like playing this game as optimally as possible is like, I should really take notes. If you play this game enough, you know what the absolute best waves are to use the super attack with. Penguins just pure evil. Yes, birds are jerks, right? That's the classic gaming, yeah. Penguins are amazing though. Penguins are amazing. We've got a penguin here who is a ninja, which is maybe why the penguins in this game hit so hard. But yeah, the gigantic wave is coming up. Yeah, the Dark Foxes definitely are able to attack now. I had no idea they could even attack in the beginning stage, but yeah, they're kind of like the projectile gophers in this stage, where they're here to interrupt you and be annoying, but they throw spoons at you, and that doesn't really deal that much damage. But it is very annoying. It can definitely cost you some time. Yeah, this is going just fine. And now we run! And anyway, that is a very good time to use the super. Okay, that's an early one. So let's just try and play it carefully and safely for the rest of the stage. Make sure that nobody surrounds us too badly and then gets desynchronized. But yeah, like, this is a less luck-based run than a lot of the other things I run, but it's still very luck-based. But ow! Ow, 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 ow. So he's gonna shoot me, but that's okay. It's not gonna deal that much damage. I'm just going to prioritize the penguins right now because I do not want to be hit by them again. All we got a little bit left in this stage, and then we got a very fun boss. There's a very... all the next bosses in this run, basically, except for the final boss, can be completely just, like, glitched out into oblivion. It's beautiful. So we got a full super here. I'm gonna... sure. Yep, that was a pretty good time to use it. Generally, the first waves of each cycle of waves is not one of the biggest ones, but sometimes it's still best to use your super in the first waves, because then you give your super meter a chance to fill up for the next waves. But it's all up to you whenever you want to time your super attacks. There's so much variance to the way this game can be played. It's all up to the player. But yeah, very long stages. This is a fun game. Like, When I played this at Big Bad Game-a-thon, I was lucky enough to have 2 co-commentators with me, and we just turned it into like a hangout session. And this is one of those games that's perfect for that. That's one of the things I love about lots of GDQ runs. Okay, goodbye. Okay, hello, is when there are games that people like couch just to be basically hangout runs, and they're just shooting the S basically, as they say. Nobody has ever said it like that before, but you know what I mean probably. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna let him shoot me just so that.
We know that acronym.
Yes. But I've been on a GDQ binge watching session lately, and I love, like, if you know, you know, the runs with like Gygus Blues and Starwind and Buffalo Boone. Oh my goodness, and like usually Slurpee Ninja and some other people, depending on the run. Those are just riots. Those are so much fun, and whenever I get the opportunity, this is like a great game for that. So we've got one of the more unique mini games here. This is one where it's not an auto-scroller. This is one where you can do it perfectly, or you can do it imperfectly and lose time. Like, that's imperfect right there. But the main thing here is I really don't want to fall into the spikes and lose health. So as long as I don't do that, then I'm okay. But this is a bit hard to control. Oh, okay, it didn't trigger the ending. Okay, we're fine. Now we're heading into the boss. So this boss is very difficult. So difficult that I'm gonna do it one-handed. Oh my god, he got me! Actually, I'm not gonna do it one-handed, but I am going to, yeah, because let's face it here. All you have to do is spam the attacking button and knock him down, and then look like an absolute idiot. So normally, he doesn't do anything whenever you just spam the attacking button, but sometimes whenever you're trying to make a point out of how you can just do nothing and spam the attack button and then he'll not hit you, he hits you. Like that. So that's why I prefer to go into this with health, because in case the game decides to troll me and make me look like an idiot, which to be fair is not that hard, then yes, I prefer to not die to this fight. If that ever happens someday, that would be, gosh, like, I'm the one who knows most why I shouldn't be able to live that down, but wow, that would be a memory. But yes, as you can see, this boss was programmed, and he's down. So of course, that was so trivial and so easy and so one-sided for us that the cutscene says that we lost. There you go. And so, of course, because we lost so one-sidedly, as you can see, the only recourse is to go Super Saiyan. And the only recourse when you go Super Saiyan is to go even further beyond. And then turn into Not-So from Newgrounds in 2005. Anyway, that's the cutscene. And I wonder what happened there. I bet there was an epic battle, and now we're just gonna be continuing to go through the icy lands. And well, you know what? What if we were in the desert instead? What if we suddenly teleported to the desert and we have no idea what happened after we went Super Saiyan, and there's no explanation ever? Maki Paw of Fury. Anyway, let's continue. I wish I could explain to you what the point to that was. Let's keep on fighting. We've got new characters here, these hot llamas, some amazingly named characters, and yes, they can set you on fire. And we would like for that not to happen, but it's not as bad as it sounds, like most things in this game. The only thing in this game that's really bad is getting slapped by a wrench by a penguin. That looks really cute. Okay, there's my health. Okay, those guys all ended up in a place that was very easy to get to. I've been shot a lot in this run. Normally I try just for like swag purpose. I'm not gonna hit that now, actually. We also have these roadrunners, which are basically just for, like, you don't have to do anything. I guess they can hit your enemies for you, which is also beautiful. But there's no point to like fighting them, I don't think, aside from like a few extra points, which you know, the points are made up and don't matter. So, it's better to just let them do their thing. They can knock you down, which I guess can cost time and cause you damage, but again, like, oh, I'm on fire! Oh no! Anyway, it really doesn't matter that much. So, the Roadrunners are just there to have fun, and I'm here for it. Oh, you can slide around and do cool stuff. They're awesome. They're wearing mantles like one of my loved ones. Shoutouts to the Woodlings and Celine. But yeah, we got the desert here. Another very long stage, another very basic stage with a lot of the same stuff going on. And I'm waiting for a very good wave to use my super attack for, as usual. Any more announcements that you'd like to make?
Of course, I have actually wanted to mention about our prizes. When you donate a minimum of $5, you can be entered into the raffle for the Absolute Ace Bundle, which includes the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, and Ghost Trick. If you donate a minimum of $10, you get put into the raffle for the Mega Bundle, which is the Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2. The Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2, and the Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection Volume 1 and 2. And if you donate a minimum of $20, you'll be put in for the $100 Steam gift card. So all you have to do is put in any of those donations, and they do accumulate. So if you did $5 here and then another $5 later, it will be your total at the end. So if you reach 20 through multiple, you will still be put into the $20 raffle. So I just wanted to put that out there. We don't have any donations at this time, but make sure you guys are getting those donations in, and I'll hand it right back to you.
Absolutely, please do. And thank you all again for everything. And thank you, Ninja. Penguins are great, especially when they're ninjas and they hit you really hard.
Yes.
So anyway, Indiana Jones, and we're on a sandboard. Everything's fine. Again, this, like, obstacles and stuff spawn randomly. I don't think I've had to jump a single time yet. That's interesting. Well, do I have to jump a single time in this entire thing? Yes! Okay, it happened. Okay. that was interesting. I wonder what the odds of waiting that long to see those things you have to jump over was, and could be, and to be in the future. They're okay with three of them. But yeah, these minigames are just a fun little... Oh my goodness! After I was relinquished control, they spawned an obstacle in a place where I don't think obstacles were supposed to be able to spawn, and so I got hit right at the last moment. That's okay, it doesn't really deal any damage, because this game is great as... This game doesn't deal you damage unless there's a penguin. And the pankakes actually hit pretty hard, too. Oh gosh, it's so funny when I love it when enemies get hit by random stage hazards that can hit you too. No, I'm gonna save my super here. I don't think I'm doing great management of my supers in this run, and so that's costing me some time. I'm losing a lot of... It might not look like it, but I think I'm losing a lot of time in this run just to, like, little inoptimizations. But yeah, it's very subtle how to save as much time as possible. But you know what I'm really would be proudest of is to get the no miss. So that's fine. And also not going over estimate would also be great. So hopefully that... Oh, you have super armor. I never knew that because you almost never attack me. You're good on you, buddy. But yeah, lots of smaller waves in this stage. This stage is a huge step down in difficulty compared to the snow level. And that's no problem. Anyway, Dark Foxes, I can't get to you and you despawned. Excellent. You didn't despawn, but you just did your attack, but that's no problem. Okay, yeah, just really small waves in this level in general. This level has two parts. We're still in the first part here, even though, like, we've already gone past the minigame. We're still not in the second part of this level because... Ow! That actually completely took out the gopher guy! Wow! What a way to go! Shoutouts to the Roadrunner. I should actually check out what the name of the Roadrunner is in this game. I think it was pointed out to me in my last run, and I already forget, because I have the brain of somebody who doesn't have a brain. Which... I love oxymorons and dissonance, isn't it incredible? Anyway, I'm going to continue to fight and not use my brain because I don't have one. people are spawning in weird places where I can reach them, but I can't like run to get to them. Ah, come on! Yes, please move over to me. It's like, at least when they're facing you, they actually come toward you. But as you saw earlier, like if they're not facing me, they can just stand there forever. So that would have been awkward. I would have been forced to waste my super attack if that had happened. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of Ace Attorney. I'm a huge fan of Mega Man. I accidentally wasted... Speaking of accidentally wasting my super attack, this run is so weird. Okay, at least it did something, I guess. It got the Isabellas. Or Isabels, my bad. So it wasn't completely just a complete waste of completeness, but it still was bad. And anyway, it's almost full again. Oh my goodness, okay.
By the way, the Roadrunner...
Sure, go ahead.
Roadrunner name is Skybolt. I looked it up for you.
Oh my goodness, you're amazing. Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right, super meter's full again, so I'm going to wait to see a good wave to use it for. But yeah, it definitely saves the most time for the biggest waves. But you don't want to hold on to it too long. I think that's one of the things I've been doing throughout this run, is holding on to my super meter too long. Because I haven't practiced this game a ton. Like when I was grinding this game, I knew most of the waves by heart, and that's one of the things that's costing me time right now, is not knowing all the waves by heart. You can play this game just fine and play it pretty quickly, just reacting to everything, but you're gonna do a lot better if you know everything by heart, which I mentioned earlier. But it's important. It stands to be said again. I'm getting lower on health than I realized, so hopefully there's going to be more more pickups sitting around later. At this point I might as well actually just save my super meter for the boss. Actually, you know, I don't normally do that, but let's try it. Yep, there's a health. Very good. We have more waves. Let's see. No, let's do it now. That works out just fine. Because the boss fight's still going to go quite quickly, even without a super attack. The lefty and righty fight earlier would have been made way faster. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I despawned. Thank heavens, right? You're despawned, right? No! Okay, but it let me get him. That was almost a soft lock. That was so close to me losing an unbelievable amount of time and definitely going over estimate. Thank you, Maki Paw of Fury, for not completely breaking right there. Holy cow. Okay, and we have our super meter again. Woo! Oh, that Roadrunner, whose name I forget again, even though you just said it because my brain is not a brain. Like, I would do something like this. That's what my brain is like. Anyway, that Roadrunner almost ended up completely out of my reach. Hello, Nubis. Shoutouts to Apollo. But thankfully, I was eventually able to hit him. But this boss can be quick killed with very specific timings. I have to wait for the kick, which knocks me down immediately. That kick gives them a lot of invincibility, and I have to wait a very specific amount of time to be able to get around it. And then when I dash attack, it puts him into this harmed state, which is... Ow, okay, see, I waited too long there. Oh, and you have a laser. Oh my goodness, I guess that happened. If it comes down to it... Whoops. If it comes down to it, I can go get that health pickup, but hopefully it's not going to come down to it. I missed. Yeah, if I'm just barely too early or too late, then he's going to be invincible, and I can't stun lock him like this. But this is a way to trivialize this boss. This is the most precise quick kill in the game. But yeah, if you do those dash attacks successfully, then you're good. Let's get some health. Unfortunately, I can't grab the special meter thing because of, you know, what almost just happened to me with the Roadrunner. But this is a very sad moment, because we've got one of the cutest little creatures in this game. Maki just crosses his arms, looks all cool, and says, I'm not gonna pet you, because I have the coldest heart that could be actually a heart. We're talking about brains being brains or not. Does Maki have a heart or no? Donate with your answer. And the game says, who knows? Yes, exactly. Anywhere in the final stage, this one is gonna take a while. And most of that is because of the boss fight. But this is also a very convoluted and confusing final level. When you're playing this game casually for the first time, you kind of have no idea what the game is expecting of you. This is a good start here. And also, like, most of the characters, like, crawl away and explicitly are safe and stuff. But this game says, we don't care about robots. And the robots are not treating me very well right now. And they have super armor, and yeah, this is a very bad beginning, so I'm just gonna try and play it safe because I really want to preserve the no miss. Lots of enemies. Okay, that guy's outside of reach. Okay, get out of the way. Yeah, I really want to preserve my health here. Oh, they just surrounded me perfectly, but then they have tiny little T-Rex arms, and so I think I somehow avoided damage. Oh, what an interesting game. And I apologize if there is buffering. That probably is on my end because something really weird has been happening with my OBS this entire time. I'm really sorry. But this game, like, when you reach this part, you think you just have to stop here and fight like every single other part of the game. But no, you have to run to, like, and find a green door. And then enter that, and then fight. The game does not tell you any of the... Oh my goodness, okay. I am getting low on health. I somehow missed that. Let's use our super right here, just to be safe. And, okay, that's exploding. And we have to keep doing this. We have to keep looking for green doors and then enter those, and then clear out the waves. But before I do anything else, I'm going to get this pickup. Okay, I think the next green door is this way. Yes. Yeah, that's what you have to do in this final stage. And there are a lot of little places you have to stop and fight with lots of different things you have to do. And all of these like have lots of luck elements that can really slow you down or cause you a lot of damage. Like, as you saw, these Cyber Pankakes, they're behaving a lot better here than they were outside. These guys, yeah, perfect! They grouped up amazingly so I can hit them all at the same time. That's a lot of what hasn't been happening throughout this run. That's been costing me a lot of time. But that was a pretty good Cyber Pankake fight. Now we have to destroy this, and then we can leave. Alright. Now we have to go find the next green door. That was an interesting spawn. I wonder if I could have been knocked down unreactably there. I wouldn't be surprised. There are things called deadly patterns in kunio games, which basically means you can get hit the moment, like frame one that you enter a room unreactably. I wonder if that could have been a deadly pattern. Deadly patterns are beautiful, and apparently I just have to find every single game where there are deadly patterns, if this is one of them. Okay, that's a very easy fight. The kangaroo robots are just fine. And I think that's everything in this hallway. I could refill my stuff there, but I'm basically full on everything anyway, so we should be fine. Okay, again, we don't have to fight in this room. We just go to the green door, enter that, and feel like you're soft-locked for a moment, but thankfully it doesn't soft-lock. Maki, Paw of Fury. And now we've got these amazing red panda things. I love this design so much, and they shoot lasers out of their cute little eyes. I hate making them explode in a painful way. Yeah, this is the gist of the entire final level, is just clearing out all of these rooms. Poor Kami is like, oh god, this game is just so visually cool. There are lots of amazing little details. This final area has so much flavor to it. Like, that's so cool. This game is visually amazing. It sounds great. The music is so great. Just very repetitive, but I still enjoy it. I still recommend it as a fun little project. Also, who's this guy? Nobody knows. We haven't seen him before. He hasn't been mentioned at all, but he's laughing at us, so I guess he has a good sense of humor. Okay, so that's an unreactable attack. And I'm just gonna wait for them to do it again. And then get into this little nonsense, which is amazing. So we've got the boss refights because we're Mega Man now. I'm gonna get them together like I did before, and this time I have access to my super attack, wait for him to be hittable, and then we use that. That speeds up the fight a lot. And now they're together, they're both almost dead. See how much faster they go down when you actually have access to the super attack? Righty still has a bit of health left, but Not that much. Yeah, it's about 20 to 30 seconds to actually have the super attack. There we go. So we do not have to refight Mappu, thankfully, because that would make getting the Deathless Run so much harder. It's only lefty and righty. Oh my gosh, I went the wrong way. I'm so sorry. I swear I've played this game before. There we go, okay. Just lefty and righty and lenghty and Nubis, which are all the bosses that you can just completely trivialize. There's Nubis. We have to do him in this order, even though he was not in this order before. I messed it up. I didn't goad out his kick, instead I goaded out his super duper laser eyes, which is very painful. Yeah, this is definitely the most punishing boss to mess up a quick kill with, because he actually deals a decent amount of damage. Kind of like a penguin. A gigantic robot wolf thing. Coyote, jackal thing. Insert canine creature here. Is kind of like a penguin. They have layers. There we go. Now I'm getting the rhythm. I'm getting the rhyme. That's much better. That's okay. There we go. Now we've got lenghty. The lenghty fight, again, very basic. I'm just going to be sitting there mashing the buttons. So once again, if you have any new announcements you'd like to make, or if you just want to grace us with your voice, the floor is open.
Well, I do want to talk about some of our polls that we've got going on right now. We have the Shadowverse, which I've mentioned before, the Champions Battle, male versus female. And right now, female is still ahead with $50. We have the Baltro final deck choice. Right now, we have the Abandoned deck at $20 and the Plasma deck at $10. There's a lot of options on there. Of course, the Mega Man X4 US versus Japanese game versions. The US is behind with 110 and the Japanese is up with 420 for theirs. We also have a bunch of targets that we have met our Blaster Master Zero upgrades to any % co-op, which is happening a little bit later. We also have the Crisis Core Watch Chapter 3 flashback cutscene. That is, right now we don't have any donations for that one, and that is a $100 goal to get that. Avernum, I'm not even sure I know this one. Retrieve the Mayor's Necklace. For a $100 donation, we get to retrieve the Mayor's Necklace for that one. Super Mario Odyssey, Beat Darkside. That one actually has been met with their $100 donation. And then finally, we have the Perfect Dark 4 extra agent missions. So make sure that you are getting those donations in. We are at $710 raised so far for this amazing, amazing charity. Bringing games and entertainment to children in hospitals. Make sure that you are getting those donations in and getting those incentives whenever you do, just so that every dollar counts. Thank you, and I'll hand it right back over to you.
Thank you. Perfect timing, because it's time to go Super Saiyan again! And this time we get to see what happens when we do it. Unfortunately, what happens is not that we gain any new moves or become more powerful. We are exactly the same. We just have a cool effect now. And it's time for the final boss, Dr. Kasso. Shoutouts to Dr. Cossack. But yeah, it's O instead. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just going to do that. So this is the part of the game where the breaker attack, the split kick, and its invincibility are incredibly useful because of exactly that. So I waited until the exact last moment of that sweeping attack to reach me, and then I used the split kick, and its invincibility completely made me avoid damage, and it also, I think, lets you get a little extra hit in at the same time. So here it comes. Boom. That's a nice way to avoid damage and guarantee the no miss. So we should be able to have a deathless run here. I don't think we're going to have a sub 50, unfortunately, because this fight, as you can see, look at his health bar go down, or in better terms, not go down at all. Because in keeping with the rest of this game, it just goes on for a really long time. And there are 3 phases. So that's the first phase. There's Mappu still pretending that he's too cool for us. Or maybe helping us, because he's getting us in here and allowing us to destroy these, which are going to be good, because destroying those means that we are completing the stage. So thanks, Mappu. I think maybe he's had a change of heart. Cool. Anyway, back to this. So I'm going to try to wait for a good moment to use my super attack here. I like to, just out of personal preference, use my super attack when both hands are on the ground, and that should definitely deal a lot more damage. Yes, it actually came out this time. Oh wait, but then did the health bar actually just like jump back up? This, I don't understand this game sometimes. I think maybe it did something, but then maybe it glitched, or then maybe I just had an optical illusion and it didn't jump back up. Maki Paw of Fury is a good game. I love it. Here we go. Avoid damage. So that actually has a much longer hitbox than it looks. If I were to do that split kick just a couple of frames earlier, then when his hands are going back up, even though he's not sweeping them at me anymore, would still hit me. So it's a very precise timing to completely avoid damage there. We're through the second phase. Only one more phase after this. So we are nearing the end of the Saria block. Again, I apologize for the tech issues that came via me being on here. But yeah, it's not their fault at all. Everybody here is doing incredible on the scenes and behind the scenes, and I really enjoy being a part of this marathon every time. Thank you so much for having me back. It was a delight to be here last year, and it was amazing to be here this year as well. I hope that you've been enjoying the marathon so far. These games have been a real treat to show you, and video games are great, and that's why it's just such an amazing cause to be able to reduce the anxiety of kids who are going through really tough times and like they don't know what's ahead, and like they know that there are some worrying things coming, like through procedures and stuff, and they're just going through really trying times. Video games can be a godsend for things like that, and it's just really cool to be a part of this, and thank you all for your part in bringing video games to more people, especially those, like, people don't really think of video games as something that people need, but these kids are in need for something like this, so thank you. Yeah, we're nearing the end here.
I agree with that.
Sorry?
I was just saying I agree. I very much agree with that statement.
There we go. Oh, see, it looks like there's no way I should have gotten hit there, but I did the split kick just barely too early, and so as the attack was like over, I got hit. It's very awesome. All right, no sub 51, but we are going to be just below estimate here. So time is not when we finish this phase. It's when the screen fades to black after we destroy the last little column thing inside this room. So we are past the hardest part, and we have done this deathless. We have done a long beat-em-up game with no miss. And come on! Why am I not comboing? I'm not close enough. Time. There's Dr. Casso, the guy that we've been seeing from the beginning of the game as the big bad guy, who we knew that we had to face and do, you know, good things to stop. And also, he's a rat. And I don't condone this action right here. We love rats around here. I'm so sorry. Once again, shout outs to Celine, I love you. That is... So, let's go save Kami now. Oh, there she is. They finally arrived a little late. I already rescued myself! Also, Tinsho and Maka are here. They've been here the whole time in our hearts. So, the entire process was to save Kami, but we didn't need to, because, of course. Selfie! Look, they came to rescue me, Maki, and a couple of friends. Hashtag here comes the hero. Hashtag Kamikaze Zoro. Shin, I'm finally done. What are you, a bunch of useless fools? You're the best, Kami. We love you. Nice moves. It makes all the sense. Luckily, nothing was broken. Now that was easy. Kisses. What a beautiful background. What beautiful clothes they have. Who? Oh yeah, Tinsho. Don't tell me. Haha, my friend, I go crazy. What great effects. Tanaz. Anyway, that's Maki Paw of Fury. So I guess the story of Kami is that she's like a popular social media presence. She's like an influencer, and we know nothing about anybody else. That like, Kami, I think, is going to be the most fleshed out character in this this lore, because they're making more games in this world of Pangea or Pangea. And yes, thank you, Mapu. You're one of us again. Yay! Lots of Dragon Ball references in this game. Lots of labors of love. Lots of love letters. It's just a game that they clearly had fun making, and it's wonderful to look at, it's wonderful to listen to, and yes, it has a lot of shortcomings, but I don't think that it has to be absolutely crapped on as a result. It's a video game that clearly was a joy to make, and I think the world needs things that people like were really passionate about, that doesn't hurt anybody, and better yet, like is clearly trying to be sensitive and like be something that, like, speaking of this cause of games for kids, I think this was made as a game for kids, for like as an entry-level beat 'em up, and I can't, like, people say there are way better examples, but I don't think that this should not exist as a result. So that's my soapbox. Thank you all again for having me. Any more announcements?
Well, we are just... I don't have any donations right now. We're still looking for those incentives to be met, but we are doing really good right now with that 710 so far raised. Absolutely amazing runs. I enjoyed both games, but I really liked this Maki Power of Fury. It was super fun, super entertaining, and absolutely adorable also. So, and I love adorable games, of course. So, plus there were penguins, and
yes.
If there's a game with a penguin, then I am going to be happy and support that game. But I wanted to ask you, did you have any shout outs that you wanted to do?
Yes, again, shout outs to Kjorteo, Kjorteo, Celine and friends, the Woodlings. I've been mentioning them throughout the run. They're amazing. Shout outs to the Jade System, Jade per Ardua. They were all the people that were with me the last time I played this game, so I'm thinking of you, love you all. Thank you so much. If you want to follow me and see what I'm doing, I haven't been streaming that much lately, but I want to get back into it. I stream lots of things, variety streamer. I play lots of speedruns a lot. Seiria Song, S-E-I-R-E-A Song, at Twitch and YouTube and all over the place. Thank you all so much for being a part of this, for watching, and please stick around for the rest of this marathon. It's going to be a delight. It's been incredible so far. There's so many awesome games coming up. Ryan Ford is a great runner, and he's coming up with Super Mario 64, and one that I'm really looking forward to. It was either Mario Golf or Mario Tennis for the Game Boy, and I love those games so much. So I'm going to be getting a lot out of that, and there's great stuff after that. Thank you all. Shoutouts to Carter Freak. They are awesome, and thank you for putting this on. Thank you, Ahmad. Thank you, Ninja. Thank you, everybody who's helping with this. Shoutouts to all of you and the viewers, and all in my community. I saw David in here. Thank you, everybody. Epsil, thank you. Dream on, folks. Peace. Till next time.
Thank you so much. All right, guys, stick around. We're going to take a little bit of a break, and we are dealing with a little bit of a lag issue, or a delay issue, not lag. But we will try to get through that as quickly as possible, getting this switched over. And then up next, like he said before, Ryan Ford with Super Mario 64, 16 stars. We'll talk to you soon.